everybody, what's going on? Welcome to episode 34 of the Generosity Forum. I'm super excited to have a special guest speaker and author who you've probably seen around the doTERRA world recently. It's Melinda Brecheisen, and as you know, if you don't know, you should know this. She is the author of this amazing new book, Anchor to Your Strengths. Are you okay? Good, it's not backward. So you probably know the word strengths because this has been the theme all over doTERRA. If you came to leadership, you know that we had multiple sessions, workshops where Melinda's husband, Jeremy, who's a bigwig at Gallup, where they developed the StrengthsFinder 2.0 test, he talked all about how to use strengths in building your doTERRA business. Well, this is going to be a cool episode because I've got Melinda actually here on the call already. I'm going to let her pop on in just a second here, and we're going to talk about just the incredible concept of combining the power of essential oils with the strengths. So you guys hopping on live, welcome. I'm going to give everyone a second here. And let me start sharing the screen here with you, Melinda. Oh my gosh, you want to know something really embarrassing? Melinda, I think that I have to share the screen before I hit start. So I don't know if I can share it while we're already live. I might have to end this video and start over. You guys can hear her though, right? You know what I could do? I could just hold up an iPad and how tacky would that be? I could just hold up an iPad and just let you be here on the call with me like that. Is that okay?
I think that works.
Okay, because it's already going, and that way I don't have to stop the video because everyone on the Generosity Forum is probably really sick of all the tech glitches we've had trying to do Facebook Lives lately. It's been.
Do you have adaptability high up on your list?
Oh my gosh, adaptability is my number 16 actually, which it's not.
Well,
too
it's
bad.
number 34 for me, so we're both going to do great.
It's number 34 for you. Okay, I'm gonna FaceTime you, Melinda. What's the email address I should use? Actually, do you want to just message it to me so you don't have to give it to everybody publicly here?
Right, or do you want me to just hang up and you call me again? Would that work?
Yes, that would be just totally fine. Okay, you guys hopping on live. Oh, Trudy says, yeah, go ahead and hang up and I'll call you back. Trudy says,
I'm doing it.
Love this book. Hey, from Chicago. You guys, where are you coming from? And by the way, I'm in a different location than I'm normally in for these Facebook Lives. Can you hear me and see me okay? Just give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. And that would be helpful as I'm hopping on here and getting Melinda ready to go. So, by the way, I've been so excited for this Facebook Live. Do you guys remember, for those of you that are newer to our Facebook Lives here on the Generosity Forum, it was, I think it was like three or 4 months ago when we did a Facebook Live with Jeremy Brecheisen. And he's the one that did all that StrengthsFinder stuff at doTERRA Leadership. And it was, who here was at Leadership and saw that stuff? Was it not completely phenomenal? I was blown away at how receptive the doTERRA community was, and especially so many people are totally new to this conversation, and you don't know how to build your doTERRA business according to just what you're good at, what your natural raw talents are. And then after doTERRA introduced the StrengthsFinder thing into the doTERRA world, then everybody's like, okay, well that's cool, but what do I do with it now that I know that I have adaptability, or now that I know I have strategic and things like that? And this is part of that conversation. So I'm really happy that we have Melinda on here. By the way, it's a big privilege because besides the fact that her husband's super famous and she's a busy mom with her own doTERRA team going on, it's just a privilege to have an author here on the Facebook Live with us. Okay, so Casa says coming from Western Colorado. Taro says Wheaton, Illinois. I've never even heard of that. That's cool. Western burb of Cheetown? Is Cheetown Chicago? You're giving me all this slang and I'm not sure what it means. And Wendy says coming from Kansas City. Oh, you guys are all back. You're all far away from me. That's cool. Okay. Oh, sorry. My password is a little bit wrong here on my. This is a little bit tricky, you guys. You're so patient with us. We used to have this easy ability to do joint Facebook Lives, and it was super cool because it worked really well. It worked like a charm. And now all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore. And it's been really difficult to deal with this. Do you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, we had a Facebook Live schedule with Jeanette Franson, who is a presidential diamond in my upline, and she's actually the one that brought me to doTERRA, and I was so stoked because we still have to get her back. We tried 5 times to do a joint Facebook Live, and it would not work. It was so wretched. And anyway, that's okay though. We're going to get going now. So I think that we've got a bunch of people on live. I'm going to get Melinda back here on the video chat. And here I'm ringing her. And we're just going to do it this way. And I think it'll work out just fine. Hey, you're here.
I'm here.
Okay, I've got the volume up. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to supplement. Here, can you turn your screen so that you're long ways this time?
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm just going to, perfect. So we're just going to like Jimmy rig our Facebook Live, and I know that everyone's going to be super nice about it because that's just our community here. So let me formally introduce you guys, friends, to Melinda Brecheisen. She is a doTERRA leader herself. She started building a team in California. They just moved to London, correct? Like 6 months ago, but that's pretty fresh still.
Very much.
Yeah, and so busy getting the kids used to a totally new lifestyle, like new diets, I'm assuming, because the food's probably different.
Yes, everything's different, and they have school uniforms here, so that's been a shock to my children.
Oh no, do they like their uniforms?
I think they liked him the first week, and then they got over that really fast.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hopefully they'll get used to it again. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to come chat with us. I know that everyone I've talked to who has used your book loves it. And
Aw.
yeah, I mean, it was such a unique concept. It was one thing to say, hey, we can use our strengths to build a doTERRA business, but it's another thing to say, hey, essential oils are totally like work in conjunction with strengths. So can you give us just a little bit of, and by the way, those of you guys that are just hopping on, Matthew, and those of you guys that are just hopping on, Melinda is the wife of Jeremy Brecheisen, who is that powerhouse Gallup leader and also a doTERRA builder himself. And he's the one that spoke to us multiple times at leadership about strengths. And everybody was just getting in their seats. We're all walking around with our little badges, you know, saying strategic activator, achiever, all that stuff. And still, even after leadership was over, people are still, I mean, I saw so many messages from different people saying, what do I do with my strengths? What do I do with my strengths? How do I put them into my doTERRA business? And I think that our conversation with you, Melinda, is going to give us some more insights on that. So can you kind of give us just a little bit of background on like what the concept is here that we're dealing with?
Yeah, I think that two things happen when people get their top five. They either respond with, oh my goodness, this is exactly me. It's like you're reading a fortune, right? Reading my palm. And then the other reaction people have is, what? This isn't me. This doesn't make sense, right? They deny it. And it's funny once you coach them a little bit and you start to unravel it and they begin to accept those strengths. And the same thing happened to me. I wrote about it in my book with my harmony, because we use our strengths every day already. Before you even knew how to name them, you were using them every day. That's why they became your top five, because that's how you interact with the world. But you're not necessarily using them intentionally or using them productively. And that's why sometimes we get that resistance to our top five, because we only see the bad that it's done for us. We see the unproductive things we've done with it, and we don't want to accept that as part of who we are. And so this book is really designed to give you the power to use your strengths intentionally, because to me, that's the whole concept of essential oils. It's about empowerment, right? We have control over our own bodies and get to have some say in our health. And we want to do that with strengths too. We want to be able to be empowered to say, in this situation, I really want to lean on this strength. That's the one that's going to serve me the best. Or in this situation, I really want to downplay this strength and focus on something else. And by anchoring them to essential oils, it gives the power back to us so that we can think ahead of time. How am I going to go into this situation and set myself up for success? What strengths are already in me that I just need to tap into? And by anchoring them, it allows us to do that quickly and efficiently. We see this all the time, and you probably even talk about this in your oil classes. When somebody walks into a home and they're baking in the kitchen, and you immediately get transported back to that time when you were 10 years old and it was Christmas and grandma was baking apple pie, right? There's these instant connections we have with smell, this cellular memory. So if we can program those intentionally, we can use them. We're doing it all the time anyway. You might be walking down the street and smell someone's cologne or perfume and think, oh, that boyfriend, that girlfriend, right? That instant memory we have attached to it, that cellular memory. So with this book, it teaches you how to anchor a strength to a specific smell. And it wasn't just, oh, this is cute, I'll match it with this one, this is also cute. I took a year and studied all of the scientific studies I could get my hands on to look at the physiological effect on the body. What state is your body going to be in, and how does it best match up with each strength? And that's the number one choice, is the number one that on a scientific level is the best match for that strength. So you think about the times you've used it, you use it in the moment, and then you use it in the future. So for example, if you're going to do a presentation, you may want to tap into your communication or your includer, right? There's different things that you have that are going to be beneficial. So then you would smell that oil before you go into the situation because you've already anchored it. And you have that cellular memory that says, oh, I know exactly what to do here, and it sets you up for success. So that's the premise of the book.
So it's like a Pavlov dog effect, basically, but just way more sophisticated.
Right, and we're using it productively for our own good.
Okay. You know what excites me about this is that, to me, this makes our whole strengths conversation less than a fad. Because, you know, like there's a lot of personal development fads that happen, but oils are always the core of what we do in doTERRA. And if we can take the strengths conversation and just make it a natural part of our oil conversation too, I think that's really exciting.
Right, I agree. It's something that it makes sense for us. I mean, you have a lot of people who are already tapping using NLP, so this concept is very familiar to a lot of people in doTERRA anyway. But it also gives you another tool because you can do this workshop. Once you know how to anchor, you can teach other people to anchor, and then you can go into business groups and be teaching them about essential oils. It kind of gives you a new market to go into groups that you might not have access to because you're doing personal development coaching.
So okay, so let's talk about this in a real life application. Let's talk about it in like a mentor setting. So I know my strengths. I've got a whole bunch of builders on my team that I'm mentoring. How do I use this to be a better mentor in my team?
So I have a worksheet, and I can post the link below when we're done. It's free to download, so there's no charge for it or anything. And it's the worksheet that I use when I mentor. And very basic. There's maybe 4 or 5 questions, but it really gets down to strengths. So most of the time, if you do something wrong, it's really easy for you to say exactly why it failed. We're really good at doing that to ourselves. You know, we might go on for days and days dwelling on every little mistake we made and how we could have been better. But when we do something right, if we take a moment at all, it's to give ourselves a little pat on the back, and then we move on. You know, we might sigh relief, and then we just move. We just go on to the next thing. All right, it's done. I'm moving on. And we never take the time to actually look back at that success and give it the amount of time we would of failure. And so what I really like to do with mentoring is study success. What went really well? You got an enrollment. How did you do that? What steps did you take? How did those strengths play into those steps? You know, a lot of times people will say, well, it was just my friend. Well, how did you develop that friendship? You know, do you have includer? Do you have relator? Do you have positivity? How do you develop relationships? Let's talk about that, because if that's how you got your enrollment, that's what we want to do again. So we look at our success, we take ownership that we did something that acquired that success. It wasn't luck, it wasn't chance. We did things to set ourselves up for success. And how did our strengths play into each step of that? And that way we can duplicate it. You've probably had one successful class in your life. You've had one successful one-to-one in your life, right? You've had one successful mentoring call. Go back to those ones that were really good and figure out what you did. What strengths were you relying on in that moment? Because that's what you can duplicate and do again and again and again. You already know it works, so let's do that.
Okay, so after we've identified what worked, then if we're applying this anchor to your strengths philosophy using our essential oils, after I've identified, okay, so I did use my strategic, that's how I came up with a stellar game plan that leader then executed, and it really worked out. Now what do? Because I want to duplicate this, right?
Right. So you would look in the book and you would see which oils have been identified for strategic. You would pick the one you like the best. The first one is the best one, but then I do have options 2 and 3, just because sometimes there may be a person who doesn't want the first option for whatever simple, but the first one is the best one. So you would look at strategic and you would pull out that oil. And as you talk to me about that success and about how you used your strategic, you would be smelling that oil and anchoring that experience to that smell. So as you talk about that success and dissect it, you're smelling that oil.
Okay.
Then when you're going into a situation where you know you want to use that strategic, you would do the same thing. Like, get your diffuser jewelry, whatever it is that you have, get your bottle out. So in real life, when you're in the moment using your strategic, you can smell it again and root and anchor that smell, right? So every time you're using strategic, you're anchoring to that same smell. So then when you're thinking about, now I'm going to use strategic next month at this workshop, when you walk into that workshop and smell, you've anchored, you've established that connection, and your cells remember, and they help you stand up straight, and they help your brain work, and they help you get into that zone where you can really use your strategic talent.
Okay, this is so cool. Are you guys loving this?
Was that good?
It's very good. So I'm looking in the book, and I'm looking at strategic right here. I see clary sage, vetiver, and juniper berry. Conveniently, two of those three are two of my absolute favorite oils, vetiver and juniper berry. So what you're saying is that I would look at my...
That happens a lot, actually.
Cool. Not surprising. So what you're saying is I would look at that mentor experience where I did a really good job. I had a great connection with the person I was mentoring, and I'd say, okay, I see how I used my strategic there. And then as I'm thinking about that successful experience, I would smell those oils and just absorb the aroma. And that's how I'm programming myself to be able to deliberately repeat that experience in the future, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. You're getting lots of thumbs up and lots of faces, the wow face.
That's good because I can't see anybody, so I'm glad they're liking it.
Right. No, people are saying nice things. Let's see here. Elisa says, I just realized you're holding the phone. I'm way to improvise. We couldn't figure out how to make it just work regular way. Technology has been a beast lately. Loved meeting Melinda at the European convention, says Sophie. That's cool. Love anchoring my strengths with oils. Ideation, futuristic, maximizer, three of mine. Great for goal setting, helping people see the potential. That's really, really neat. I love that. She's already done a little bit of homework, obviously, to figure out how this all works.
Right, that's great.
So you guys that are on live with us, understand that you have a few minutes here to ask questions to someone that has a massive amount of information, like just huge expertise in this field. So if you're not clear on how you can start using your strengths in your doTERRA business more deliberately, this is the time to ask those questions because she's here right now. And obviously, if you've already seen the book, you know that it's like she knows what she's talking about. While I'm waiting for people to post some questions, Melinda, how did you come up with you mentioned you did tons of research. How did you determine which oils would match with strengths?
Some of them are really obvious. When you look up studies on vetiver, so many of them relate to focus. So some of them were just easy. It was just an easy connection to make. Some of them I looked at the emotional aspects of the essential oils. Oils that encourage positivity and uplifting. Those are great oils for positivity as the talent, right? So some of them were just obvious. But I just looked at the central nervous system, the physiological effect. Is it calming? Is it stimulating? Is it focusing? Is it uplifting? And then think about those talents and those strengths and how do you want to be? Positivity probably wants to be energized. Relator doesn't need to be energized. Relator is about connections. So looking for those oils that deepen connections. So really just tying together what the essential oil does for the body and mind and what the strength does for the body and mind.
Okay, that's beautiful. Holy smokes. Now, I know some people are wondering this. If you have a strength that's really low on your list, like for me, it's funny you talked about harmony. That's my last strength. So would I use the oils in the harmony section to be more harmonious?
To be frank, that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
The whole idea about strengths is invest in what you're good at and simply manage what you're not so good at. I mean, think about this in terms of sports. That's the best analogy. If you have, now I have to think of an athlete. I'm so bad at this. David Beckham.
Okay.
That's an athlete I know.
Sure.
So Imagine David Beckham, right? He's a football player, soccer player. Imagine him saying, I'm not so good at baseball, so I'm going to spend some time managing baseball so I can be better at football, right? That doesn't even make sense. In sports, it's crystal clear that you would never invest in something you're not good at, because the only way you can be truly excellent and be a high performer is to focus on your best talent, right? He's a soccer player. That's what he needs to focus on if he wants to be a world-class, multi-million-dollar famous soccer player. And it's the same with strengths. Your top five can get exponentially bigger and better. That's your innate talent. That's where you have the room for the most growth. You can waste a lot of time on your bottom five, and yeah, you can improve them.
Okay.
But you'll never be amazing at your bottom five. So don't invest there. Invest in your top five or your top 10, because that's where you're going to see the easy success happening, because it's already innate in you. It's already who you are. And I don't know if if Jeremy ever did the speed reading. Did he ever tell you that story about the speed readers?
Well, he told me in a private workshop. I don't know if he told it
Okay.
at leadership, but I'm sure everyone would love to hear though.
Well, basically, they take a room full of kids, and they have the slow readers and the fast readers, and they put everybody through a speed reading course. And in the end, the slow readers got better. The fast readers got, I think, 2,000% better.
Yeah, it was
right?
crazy.
So the people who already outperformed everyone blew everybody else out of the water, because it was their innate talent. It was something they were already good at. So the goal really is to focus on your top 10 and simply manage your bottom ones so that they don't sabotage you, but don't spend a lot of time there.
Okay, and I think that's what we all thought you were going to say, but I thought it was good to hear from you. Okay, next question is, where did this go? Oh, okay, so someone has overactive ideation. So if you're overusing your strength, are there oils to counterbalance that?
Yes, so there is a counterbalance oil for every single strength in the book. And again, that was based off of science, so it wasn't just willy-nilly. So there is a counterbalance oil for all of your strengths if you feel that they are overpowering the stage and need to take a step back. That's also one of those times where you really need to partner up with people around you. So my husband, for example, has ideation in his top five, and sometimes he will go on and on and on, and I'll just have to say, all right, I need your top five solutions, right? Because he'll give me 100 solutions, and they're all fantastic. And I'll just say, give me your top five. And he'll be like, well, okay, these five. And then I'll say that one. Because I can be more decisive with my top five, right? So it's something where we can partner. He's going to come up with ideas that I won't ever think of, and then I can come in and strategically say, oh, that's the one, right? So sometimes you need to find a partner as well. If you see something that's ruling your life, someone who can help you hone that and help you make it a strength again. It's great that he comes up with those ideas, right? We don't want him to stop doing that. We just need to go to the next step where then we make a decision and move forward. So great partnerships are great. A little redundant with my greats there.
You're good. You're good. I love what you're saying. I've got to tell you, this is hysterical. So I've got Activator open here in my book, and Activator is my number 3 strength. It's one of my favorite strengths because I love that I don't have to sit and think about things. I can just, get stuff done. Sometimes in my marriage, Jeffrey gets a little bit frustrated because my Activator can be kind of impulsive, and he thinks you need it. So guess what's crazy though? The counterbalance oil for Activator is vetiver, which was one of my anchoring oils for my strategic, which is a good counterbalance strength for Activator anyway.
Absolutely.
It's almost like you knew what you were writing about.
Thank goodness.
Right? That is phenomenal. Okay, this is a cool question. Heather says, should we use all 5 oils for our top strengths, like make up a roller bottle with 5 or 10 oils?
So my suggestion would be to anchor a single oil to a single strength and maybe spend 1 to 2 weeks on each one. You can do them every day if you want, but I really prefer to have a concrete connection with each one. And then once they're anchored, yes, then go ahead and blend. In the back of the book, there are some recipes where you combine strengths and combine oils just to create some fun blends. And that's actually the next book that I'm publishing will be a full recipe book for strengths-based recipes, essential oil blends. but those really are for after you've anchored. So you need to anchor first so that you have a specific smell and a specific cellular memory, and then have fun with the blends.
Oh my gosh. And that makes perfect sense too. And because you've got it, concrete, you're able to deliberately pull out that vetiver or that lemongrass or whatever when you need it, and it's not. But if you started off all blended, what would you be training on? Okay.
Right, exactly.
That's good. Let's see. Trudy says harmony is my last. Strategic is my number one. I realize that. Sorry, the comments are popping up so fast. I'm having a time reading. Let's see. I realize that I don't need harmony as high as a strategic because it allows me to see patterns amid chaos. That's cool. Disharmony is not a problem for me because I can see past the crazy to get to the goal. So she's basically.
Right.
Go ahead.
And what I love about that is when you say, you know what, I don't need my bottom 5 to be successful. That's exactly right. You don't need all 34 strengths. You don't need to have everything. You already have what it takes to be successful, so focus on your good ones.
Okay. Yep. Absolutely. Casa says, so to make sure I understand, use the top oil of your strength for a whole week.
Anchor it for that whole week. So when you're thinking about your strength, use it. When you see yourself in a real life situation and you're using that strength, use it. When you're going into a situation where you want to use that strength, use it. You don't have to use it 24 hours a day for a week. It's only when you are focusing on that strength.
Do you think it would be more powerful to focus on one strength for a whole week and then move on to your second strength the next week? Kind of like that?
That's what I did.
Okay, good. But if you're an activator though, and you're like, I want to do one strength Monday, second strength Tuesday, it's not going to be quite as effective probably.
Right. I don't think so. But then again, as an activator, you have different strengths. So if that works for you, do it.
Okay. If it works for you, do it.
Right?
It's adaptable, right? That's really good. Well, so what results should we expect from doing this anchoring technique?
There's 2 things that I think that people can expect. One, it's amazing when you start to realize you're using your strengths every day. And when you get the test and you look at your results and you think it's really great and fun, and then you just go on with your life, you don't really see the benefits of it. But when you're thinking about anchoring and you're smelling that oil and you're thinking, what strength am I using right now? You start to think about strengths all the time. You know, every situation you're in, every conversation you're having, you start to think, oh, I can see that I'm using this strength right now. Or you're talking to someone that you're mentoring, and you can say, I see that you're using this strength right now, and help them identify. And the more you keep it on the forefront of your mind, the more you can start using it intentionally, the more you see, wow, I'm doing this all the time. I just need to be able to point it, just direct it a little bit more. And it's great when you're mentoring someone. I had a call the other day, and the woman said, the person I'm trying to grow just won't do what I say.
We've never experienced that.
Right? And I just said, well, of course, you're trying to make her do it your way. But this is the way that I've been successful. This is the way that I do it. And because she has her strengths and that's how she does it. It's like, okay, let's back up a minute. What you want is for her to enroll somebody, and you are successful at enrolling someone. The outcome is what we want to be the same, but how we get there is going to be different. And so when you are thinking about your strengths all the time, it becomes clear what strength you're using, but it also becomes clear what strength the people you're mentoring are using. And it allows you to adjust what you're saying to set them up for success, right? Yeah. So just keeping it forefront of your mind really helps you to realize, I do what I do because of who I am, and you do what you do because of who you are. And that's okay. You don't have to do the same exact thing to get the same results. The other thing that I think is really important is that it becomes easier. Success becomes easier when we put our bodies on our side. And that's what we're doing when we anchor in oil and we get that cellular memory. We're setting our body up for success. We're setting our mind up for success. Think about going into a test back in the days when we were in school. If you didn't study and you didn't sleep and you didn't eat breakfast and then you went and tried to do really well on a test, compared to when you did study and you felt confident that you knew all the material and you went to bed early and you woke up and had a great breakfast and you got there on time and you had 3 pencils just in case 2 broke, just if you set yourself up for success, then the test feels easier. In both situations, the test is exactly the same. But when we set ourselves up for success, it becomes easier. So that's what you should expect. The more you anchor, the more you use your strengths, it's going to feel natural for you to do your doTERRA business because you're not fighting against yourself. You're not trying to be your upline or your downline or a cool person you saw online. You're using your strengths. It feels natural. It feels easy. And you wake up excited to go to work.
Oh, wow. Everybody loves this. Just, April says, this is awesome. Heather's giving you heart eyes. Everyone, Casa love it. Everybody's excited. Allison ordered the book already on this call, and she says, hurry up, book. Looking forward to it arriving. And I think for all of us, Melinda, this makes perfect sense. We'd all rather show up to any business building activity as our best self and do our best work. So this is just a catalyst to be able to do that more intentionally. So you have, okay, when Melinda and I were planning our Facebook Live here, I told her we gotta offer the viewers that come to the Facebook Live something cool, because I know everyone's gonna want your book, and maybe is there any kind of like offer that we could do? And Melinda said very generously yes. So what did you have for us, Melinda? Because I know everybody is super anxious to order this if they don't already have it.
Yeah, so I've got 2 things. One, on my website, I have free downloads. And you don't have to sign up for a newsletter or do anything. It's just purely free download. You can go there and download it. I have the top 10 things to do once you know get your results, which is great to do at a team training. I have how to do a mentoring call with your strengths, and I have how to set a goal using your strengths. So I'll post the link to those, and you can view them. And feel free to steal them. If you want to take them and change the language and use them with your team, I do not feel bad at all about you pirating my stuff. Please do it. Please use them. Please use your strengths. And then typically my book is $12.95. I reached out to Amazon last night and asked what the absolute minimum price they would list it at, and it was $6.13. So that's the price they gave me for the rock bottom price that I can sell it for. And so for the next 48 hours, it is at that price of $6.13, so that you can have access to this and start using it also at that price. If you want to do a team training or give everyone a gift for the holidays, it's at the price where you can buy them in bulk and get them easily.
Oh my gosh. Well, we've already been giving this book as gifts to leaders for certain accomplishments. So it's like basically 50% off is what you're saying for the next 48 hours. And it's just on Amazon.com. So you guys with Amazon memberships, like that's, oh my gosh, thank you. That's amazing. So
yeah, and it's on Prime, so it's free shipping.
Oh.
And I also lowered the price for Europe as well, so it should be worldwide. The sale should be worldwide.
That is incredibly generous. My goodness, you're getting lots and lots of hearts and wow faces. Everyone's really excited. At that price, you guys, you have 48 hours. I would get at least a few copies, because you know what I did. I had a silver that came to leadership this year. It was her first leadership. We were so excited, and I just thought, you know what? This is where she's starting her strengths journey. I want to make sure that it sticks. So we actually got a copy of this and gave it to her, and she loved it. It's such a good gift for people that are hitting. I mean, whether it's something small like congrats on your first class or your first enrollment, or whether it's something cool like getting silver, like I think that that's a really, really powerful gift. So first of all, thank you, Melinda, for spending the time with us. I know that your time's super valuable and your family's probably waiting for you to go have dinner there in London. And thanks for being patient with us. And you haven't even been able to see me the whole time, but I've been here. Thanks for letting. Thanks for being on the phone here with us. And thanks to everybody else for joining on live. So I hope that this is something that just sticks for a very, very long time in doTERRA, because I'll tell you, every time that I've intentionally applied my strengths in my team building, my business building activities, doesn't it just make the biggest night and day difference? It's huge.
It does. It does. I think it reduces a lot of conflict. I'm harmony number 1. So that is important to me, reducing conflict. It prevents a lot of conflict from even coming to be. For me and my team, they take StrengthsFinder immediately. That's one of the first things we have them do if they want to build and be on our team, because at our very first builder conversation, I want to know who they are and I want to know how they operate. And when we plan our very first event, I want to do it in a way that feels natural to them. So it's definitely something where, I mean, especially for people who have been in this a while, when you mentor, it's usually a stranger now. It's usually not your friend or someone you know really well and you don't know them. And if you know their top five, you know enough to get them going and get them successful in doTERRA and be able to speak their language and know what their motivations are. And it's amazing. It's been amazing for our team.
Well, we can't wait to get started and doing this, applying more of this. So again, one last time, you guys, for the next 48 hours, you're basically getting 50% off, prime shipping included, so you have free shipping. And so just go to Amazon.com, order Anchor to Your Strengths. That's what it looks like. And an incredible, incredible resource. And then, Melinda, after we're done here, would you just, can we hop in the comments and type in your website? Because people are wanting to know where to go and find your juicy content that you're also sharing so generously. So
Absolutely.
we'll type that in the comments, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Melinda, and thanks to everybody that hopped on
You're
live.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, bye everyone.